Lewis Hamilton has offered a heartfelt show of support for rising Formula One star Kimi Antonelli, insisting the 18-year-old Mercedes driver is, clearly ready for the sport's highest level, even if the past few months haven't gone his way. Speaking candidly ahead of the summer break, the seven-time world champion reflected on his own journey into Formula One, admitting that he wasn't ready to compete at such a young age. Hamilton, who made his sensational debut with McLaren in 2007 at the age of 22, said Antonelli's performances in his rookie season have impressed him, despite a rough mid-season stretch. Antonelli, widely regarded as one of the brightest talents to emerge from Mercedes' driver academy, has faced a baptism of fire in his debut campaign. After a strong start including 5 top 10 finishes in the first 6 races and a stunning sprint pole in Miami, the Italian's momentum faltered following the introduction of a rear suspension upgrade that ultimately proved counterproductive. From Montreal to Silverstone, Antonelli endured a string of difficult weekends, managing just one podium finish in Canada, before sliding out of the points in subsequent rounds. It wasn't until the Hungarian Grand Prix that he finally returned to the top 10, picking up his first points on European soil after Mercedes reverted to the older suspension setup. Hamilton, now driving for Ferrari but still keeping a close eye on his former team, revealed that he made a point of visiting Antonelli at Spa-Francorchamps during the Belgian Grand Prix weekend, a rare gesture that underlined the respect he has for the young racer. "I always let him know that I'm there," Hamilton told media, including Racing News 365. "I think it's always important to let people know they're not alone. I don't want to step on anyone's toes or get in the way, but I want him to know that he can lean on me if he ever needs to. He already has an amazing group of people around him, so it's more about making sure he knows I'm in his corner." Hamilton then drew parallels between Antonelli's situation and his own early career, emphasizing the remarkable composure the teenager has shown under pressure. "And he's 18. I mean, I wasn't ready at 18, Hamilton admitted. "He clearly is, because he's done a great job this year, particularly in the first half of the season, the way he's jumped in and delivered right away. He's got the ability that's obvious. Now it's about building the experience to match it." The British driver acknowledged the mental strain that comes with entering Formula One at such a young age, where every mistake is magnified under the relentless spotlight. "It's very difficult when you're so hungry to succeed, and there's all this pressure and expectation. Sometimes it's hard to manage emotionally," Hamilton said, "but I think he's been handling it really well. He's a great lad, humble, and he's got a good head on his shoulders." Mercedes, still in the process of clawing its way back to the front of the grid, has faced a challenging 2025 season overall. While George Russell has picked up consistent points, Antonelli's learning curve has been steeper, complicated by the team's fluctuating performance package. However, Hamilton's words serve as a reminder that even the most decorated champions faced similar struggles early in their careers. As the Formula One paddock heads into the latter half of the season, the focus for Antonelli will be on regaining the spark from his opening races and, continuing to solidify his place in the sport. With the backing of Mercedes, Russell, and now public support from one of the sport's greatest ever drivers, the young Italian's journey is far from defined by just a few difficult weekends. If Hamilton's assessment is anything to go by, Antonelli isn't just ready for Formula One. He's here to stay. The Formula One paddock has been buzzing, and this week delivered several headline-grabbing stories. From Lewis Hamilton's much-anticipated reveal to Max Verstappen's verdict on Red Bull's new leadership, on Thursday, August 8th, Ferrari's Lewis Hamilton finally delivered on the teaser he dropped back on July 28th. While the 7-time world champion's message was in line with expectations, it sparked a fresh wave of conversation online after more than a week of speculation about what it could entail. Fans had floated everything from charity initiatives to off-track ventures, but Hamilton's reveal reaffirmed his focus on the next chapter of his racing career and personal projects. The announcement may not have been a shocker, but it underlined Hamilton's continued mastery of building intrigue around his brand both on and off the track. At the other end of the paddock, reigning world champion Max Verstappen has shared his first impressions of new Red Bull team principal Laurent Mekies, and so far, it's all positive. Mekies stepped into the role after the British Grand Prix, replacing Christian Horner, who had led the Milton Keynes-based squad since its entry into Formula One back in 2005. The Frenchman is only the second team boss in Red Bull's history, making his leadership approach a topic of great interest. "I like how he's working," Verstappen said, noting that Miki's has quickly established an efficient and approachable style in his early weeks. While the transition follows one of Red Bull's most dominant periods in F1, Verstappen's endorsement suggests the team's internal harmony remains intact heading into the second half of the season. McLaren Racing CEO Zak Brown has spoken candidly about the team's decision to withdraw from Formula E at the end of the current campaign. "I'm responsible," Brown admitted, after the Woking-based outfit announced on April 25th that it would leave the all-electric championship following just 3 seasons. The move leaves team principal Ian James facing the challenge of winding down operations, while the focus shifts entirely back to McLaren's Formula One and IndyCar programs. Brown acknowledged the difficulties of balancing multiple racing series, but praised the work of the Formula E crew, emphasizing that the exit was a strategic move rather than a reflection of their capabilities. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has made a bold comparison between his current drivers, claiming George Russell was stronger than Lewis Hamilton last season and has only improved since. "I couldn't wish for a better driver to lead the team," Wolff said, praising Russell's adaptability, technical feedback, and consistency. The 27-year-old has been one of the standout performers of the current Formula One season, emerging as a reliable leader for the Brackley squad during its ongoing rebuilding phase. Wolff's comments also reflect a generational shift at Mercedes, with Russell increasingly being positioned as the driver to carry the team forward into the sport's new era. With Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris separated by just 9 points at the summer break, McLaren finds itself in an unusual position, having 2 drivers in genuine championship contention. Zak Brown insists both will be given equal opportunity to fight for the title, even though he's aware of the potential complications that come with letting teammates freely battle. "I'm not naive," Brown said. "I know there's a risk in letting them race each other, but that's how championships should be fought, on merit." The policy has already sparked fan debate, especially with Max Verstappen fading from the title picture in recent rounds, leaving McLaren to manage what could become an intense internal rivalry. Looking ahead, 1992. Formula One world champion Nigel Mansell has expressed faith in Mercedes as the sport gears up for its most significant technical shift in years. In 2026, Formula One's power units will transition to a 50-50 split between internal combustion and electric power, a move Mansell admits is worrying given the engineering complexity involved. Still, he believes Mercedes has the talent and infrastructure to produce a fantastic package under the new rules, calling the upcoming regulation change a huge opportunity for the Silver Arrows to regain their dominance.